live, so be very gentle with me. My name is Tania. I work at Janome Canada. I'm the Parts, Notions, and Accessories Coordinator. I started with Janome, though, as an artisan, and then I was an educator for a little while, and then I started working in Parts, Notions, and Accessories. And we started Janome HQ this year, our Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, where we do all sorts of classes.
Oh, fantastic.
So we're just waiting to make sure everybody is, should we start? Does everybody want to get started?
Yes, I'm just seeing everybody's notifications. Okay. Yes, we've got Beverly from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Ginger from Mississippi.
Ooh, another fantastic. Ginger. Hello.
Yeah, yes. Tania the Fabulous. I am Ginger. Yes. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, that is great. It's Charlotte from Florida. Okay. Oh, I love seeing everybody here.
We're here in Ontario. We're in Oakville, just outside of Toronto.
Yes, fantastic. In Maryland, and Diane. I always say that I feel like the romper room lady, but
I know, it's
I
like
love to see everybody.
Going, hello, we see everyone.
Yes, Susan's in Maine. Okay. Ooh, beautiful. I've always wanted to go to Maine in the summer, not in the winter necessarily, but.
So we have 3 o'clock. I think we'll start.
Yes, absolutely.
Again, I'm Tania Denier, Parts, Notions, and Accessories Coordinator at Janome Canada. And today I'm here with Janome America on their Facebook page, teaching you how to make the festive orange slice garland.
Yes.
I will tell you that here in Canada we have Alan, who is our marketing guru, as Mike likes to call him, and he has prepared instructions, which we have on Janome Canada website. I believe it's live now. I believe it's also going to be on Janome America, so you will have access to the complete instructions, including template sheets. Everything is there, so you'll be able to, if you're not making it with me today, which maybe you are, maybe you're not, you have the instructions there.
I would just like to say Wendy from Australia is
here.
Australia.
I have relatives in Australia. Hi.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody says that.
Marlene from London, Ontario.
Okay. Oh, that's
I'm glad that she qualified the Ontario.
Good. Yes.
Sometimes we assume England.
Yes, and we're like, ooh. But it's just up the 403 from us.
Oh, and from Sudbury, Ontario.
Oh,
yeah. So some fellow Canadians are watching. Okay.
So we're going to get started. What we're making is this orange slice garland. It's really simple. How it started was the inspiration came, we were making items for our holiday party, and I was making these little leaves and our red Janome bobbin, which is new. And for some reason, I'm not sure why, I decided to pick up some, I was at home making these, and I picked up some orange fabric, one of my favorite colors, and thought, I wonder if I could make a little orange slice. So I took it over to my 6700P.
The 6700.
I know, yeah. It's my favorite machine. And I thought, let's just see if it's how it works. And I made one slice, and of course, then it turned into many slices and turned into additional leaves as well. So to get started on your project, you're going to need a variety of orange fabrics. Whatever you have, if you have patterns, I prefer solids. I work a lot in solids, but if you have patterned, it works as well. Just a wide variety. You're going to cut them out of your template. So in your template sheet, you're going to take that, and I cut it out of cardstock, so it was a little stiffer.
Oh, Celine, our fabulous Celine is watching. And she is asking, did you cut the fabric with the artistic edge cutter?
I didn't, but you could. Okay, so when you're I'll go back and I'll say, to cut out the oranges and the leaves, you have a couple of options. You can go old school, traditional, cut out your templates, and then cut them from your batting, your fabric. You can do it that way. I have a circle cutter, and I cut these with the circle cutter. So if you have a circle cutter, whatever brand you have, that works. We do have artistic edge?
Yes, artistic edge cutter would be fabulous.
Yes, I am not as experienced, but I would love to try it because if you see any of the art that I do, it's all about circles, and that would work really well. So if you have access to that, by all means. So you're going to cut out, I believe, let me go back to the start. If you're going to make the 6-foot garland that I made, you're going to have 12 orange slices, and you're going to have 6 leaves. So you'll need 24 of your little orange circles, and you're going to make a whole bunch of little quilty sandwiches, which I did here to show you. I'm going to show you I don't know if Michael can show here. My daughter suggested that I add some blood oranges. I know on Instagram and on Pinterest and on Twitter and on TikTok, they are doing a lot of dried orange slices. So she suggested to add some blood oranges. So what you're going to do in that case is, for a regular orange, it's the two 3.5-inch circles. If you want to make a blood orange, make another one make it slightly smaller than what your template is. So in that case, you're going to have 3 layers. I think I added 3 of the blood oranges. That's just another, if you want to add it or not, it's up to you. So you're going to cut out all your circles, you're going to cut out all your batting, you're going to cut out your leaves. Again, here I showed how I did the traditional way. I did the template, my Janome pencil.
Fabulous, that always works better.
And I traced around, and you know how to do that.
Now we're getting some questions.
Okay.
What would you do with this fabulous
What would you
orange
do with
garland after you're all done?
You could put it in your sewing room. You could put it in your kitchen. You could even put it in the kids' room. It's really fun. It's simple. It's bright. It's not just for Christmas. I know at Christmas everybody has oranges, but by no means. I'm going to continue to use it for the rest of the year.
It's very cute
you could use
and
it
very safe to hang in a kid's room.
Yes. So you're going to be making these orange slices on the machine, which I'll get to in just a second. I'm also just going to go over some more supplies. I used a hole punch, actually a paper hole punch, which worked surprisingly well. I was shocked at how well it worked. You could just see, I don't know if you can see, but it worked. I was amazed. You could also string these when you're done just with a regular needle and yarn, but I added those 2. So what it allows is when you've hung it, it will stay straight and it won't twist. If you just put one hole in, you're going to have a twist. So 2 holes also in the leaves as well. And you're going to use either yarn, you can use a neutral yarn. I chose pink. I like pink because it's kind of a neutral a little bit. And again, it allows for beyond the festive season. So you could put it on red, whatever you like. So you're going to need 8 feet of your chosen thread. And the reason that you need 8 feet is you're going to make loops on either end. So you'll need that. You'll need a variety of threads. I chose a 40 weight. I also did, I think, a 12 weight. I used Aurifil, all these different, they were beautiful. They stitched gorgeous. You can see in some of them, I think that's a heavier weight. That is definitely a heavier weight. Gives more definition. So it's up to you. See what you've got. Pull out your different threads. If you've got ones that are slightly heavier and you haven't used them, give them a try. So you're going to get a variety of threads. I also gave the option, as you can see in this one, of doing additional hand stitching if you want to give it a try. Again, that's entirely up to you. I used Aurifil embroidery floss. I've got a sharp needle. So that's, I think, basically everything you'll need for this project. I also used, I'm just going to come over here and grab it. We have artistic tack, which if you want, when you're making your little sandwiches, so they don't shift under the machine, if you're worried they're going to move, you can just spray those, put them together, and they're going to stay a little more easily. This is amazing product. We use it all the time here. So make your little sandwiches, and then you're going to come over. I'll take one of these. Which one should I do?
And the machine is the fabulous 6700P. We had some questions. Which machine?
Okay. You could do this. So you could do this on any machine. By no means. I really believe people should be set up to succeed and not to fail. So try it on any machine. If you have a machine that has, I chose a VD foot, and it happened to be the one that was on the machine when I sat down to do these, and it worked really well. So I was happy about that. You could use a walking foot. You could use a regular foot. You could do it on a smaller machine. It doesn't have to be a high-end machine by any means. The only suggestion I would make is with your foot pressure, make it a little lighter. So don't put it all the way down to a 3. Bring it up to 2.5, 2. However, the machine that you have allows you to do that. Make sure your pressure isn't too much, because it's gonna affect how the circle moves under the foot. So again, I used the VD foot. I used a red tip needle because the thread you can use. So red tip is a 90-14. you need a little larger needle because you're putting more pressure on the needle as you move it around. I tried it with a blue tip, which is is it a 75 or
it's a size 11.
Size 11. Size 11 needle was too light, so you need a size 14 needle. We call them red tip here at Janome. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you how this works.
How do you adjust the pressure foot pressure?
On this one, you adjust it here. There's a knob at the top, and this moves up and down right here. And you can make it a little lighter, a little heavier. Some of your machines, it's on the inside. I would check in your instruction manual to see where the best place with that is for you to get that set up. But just so that your pressure is not all the way down, because you're moving, you'll see, you're moving the circle underneath. So I'm going to start on this one.
Oh, Diana is watching.
Oh,
Diana
is she?
Santilli, hello.
Hi, Diana.
Yes.
So we're going to start, and what I do is I do a few stitches. Now you'll notice I'm just guiding it. I also remember, if you have the speed adjustment, definitely make it a little slower. You don't want it to go too fast. You do a few stitches, and then we use our mini duckbills, which we love here at Janome, because they say Janome on them. Always work better, right, Michael?
Yes, exactly. Anything that says Janome works better.
So you do a few stitches, and then you just continue around. I'll speak a little louder so you can hear me over the machine, but just guide it. Don't worry too much. Another note that I just remembered as I started, make your stitch length a little longer. It seems counterintuitive. You would think maybe smaller, but I find a 3 worked really well. So I just stitch around the outside, and again, in this case, we're stitching through all layers.
So the foot again you are using
is a VD foot, and it can be used on a variety of machines. It's an AccuFeed it's called AccuFeed Flex. Oh. So that's what you're using. Again, if you have a walking foot, try it with a walking foot. The advantage is everything's gonna feed evenly. So you're gonna go around once, and you're gonna go around twice. Don't worry, I'm a bit of my friend calls me a quick and dirty quilter. So she says, I don't worry about it being precise. If you want to mark a line on it to follow, you can do that. It's supposed to be fun and easy. Don't worry about it too much. Just take your time. So you're going to go around twice, maybe 3 times. And then you're going to lift your foot. And you're going to go across. Whoops. And then with this one, sometimes you have to give it a little nudge to get it started because it needs to grab with the little foot at the back.
And you're using a straight stitch, right?
I'm using a straight stitch. No, and yep. I did try one of them here in my selection does have, I think that one there actually has got zigzags. You could try zigzags. You could try any decorative stitch actually. So this one here, yeah,
is a slight zigzag.
A slight zigzag, a little slight zigzag. So you could try that if you want it. It would be
up
and
to Mitzi you. Is here. Mitzi Red. Hello, Mitzi.
So you're going to turn around. You're going to go back. You're cutting you're dividing your orange slice into 8 more or less even sections. So
Patricia is asking, is that a quilting machine? Ooh, the 6700 is everything.
Yes, it is wonderful. I've done
sewing and
quilting.
Never
give up this machine.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. So you're going to go around to your next section. You're going to do another cross. As you can see, I'm not trying to be perfect. It's up to you if you want to mark on it whatever makes you happy.
Oh, and Natsuko is here.
Oh, hi, Natsuko.
Yes, it's great to see you.
And then we're going to go back across. Notice I'm not going too fast. I don't want to let it get away from me.
I see your speed control is set about medium,
yes, yep.
So that's a good feature.
Yeah, that's excellent to have. You're just going to go back and forth, and you're dividing it. You're not worried too much. You can find too, if you're going to use a heavier thread, you're going to get a different. This one right now I've got is a 40 weight. If you use a heavier weight, which I think this is a 12, I can't remember, you get a different look, but it's up to you, whatever you want to do. So you're going to go across, you're dividing into the sections, and then what you're going to do after you've divided the sections is fill one of the sections in with some stitching. Now I did it on the machine. I'll show you, I just did like a back and forth. This is really a fun project just to try and see what happens. There's no real pressure to make sure everything's perfect. Actually, the more random it is, the more improv it is, I think it has a better look, personally. So you've done all your sections. You've gone back and forth a few times. You can go 3 times, whatever you think looks nice. Then you're going to pick a section and you're going to fill it in. And the first time I did it, I just went back and forth. Now I know I like to just fill it in with some stitching to kind of make it look like how an orange does. You know, when you look at an orange, it's got all those little pockets, juicy pockets in it. You can do it this way. Again, at this point, if you want to choose one of many decorative stitches, where's my little... You could choose any decorative stitch if you wanted to fill it in with something a little more texture. Again, this is a perfect project to get you used to how quilting works, plus just to play. I really believe that when you're making things, you should be having fun. It shouldn't be stressful. You could do a few of these orange slices before you make dinner, or you could just collect them up. Like I said, you're going to need 12 if you want the 6-foot garland, but you could also, really, if you wanted, you could take one of those, you could string it with some ribbon, and you could hang it on your tree. So you could make one.
Cute.
Or a gift tag. You could, oh, see, I have ideas as I go. So you could take one of these, you could embroider on your machine the name of whoever it is, the gift, and you could put that on your present, and that would be an adorable little, and then they could hang it, they could have it.
A great gift tag.
It would, and they could use it for wherever they wanted. So I filled that in. Use my, so that's how, this one is the color, it's color on color, so you can't see quite as well. This one I did earlier, and this is one of the ones that's supposed to look a little more like a blood orange, so it's got a darker center. Again, it started out with, in this case, 3. So you're going to take, we're going to go back over to our lovely box of Janome scissors. We have so many. They are beautiful. They are so sharp. I love the big ones. And what you're going to do, once you've gotten to this point, and you've got it all stitched, and you like how it looks, you're going to take it, and you're just going to trim to as close to the stitch line as you can. If the reason you go around 2, 3, maybe 4 times is if you do end up cutting off some of the stitches, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. All the ones I did, they're, you know, rough edges. Somebody pointed out when I was talking to them about the project, if you wanted, if you were a very precise person, you could go back and you could do a stitch around the edge. You could finish the edge with a zigzag, with a overcast, if you really wanted to. Again, it's supposed to be a simple, easy project, not too much worry, but it's up to you.
Jeremy says his wife will be getting quilted gift tags
Oh.
now. Yes, I think
See?
he was inspired.
It's so
Yes.
simple. Like, it's a simple concept, and honestly, it doesn't take very much time. Take it slow, increase your stitch length, lessen your pressure, and just enjoy it. It's a fun little project. And then, like I said, I used a paper. This happens again. I just use whatever I have, and it turned out.
And it makes a fun sound too.
It turned out that this worked fine, because what you're going to do, if you have, I'll just show you this quickly. Where are my? There. These are, well, I'll say they're essential, but they were essential when I was constructing this. One thing you may run into as you make them, so you're going to make all your leaves, or sorry, all your oranges. You're going to do your leaves as well, the same way as I did here. You're going to go around 2, 3 times, up the middle, back and forth. These again could also be gift tags. You could make a few of them, and you could add, these are of course our lovely new red Janome bobbins, and you could make something like that, and you could embroider the name on that as well.
Now, we did have the question of what's the difference between the pink and the red bobbins, and other than the color,
no difference. No, they're all made the
Janome
same way,
bobbins.
and actually the neat thing, and I do this, is when you look at your Janome bobbin, if you look closely, you'll see there's a little J inside the bobbin, so you know it's a Janome bobbin. So even if you're somewhere and you pick up a bobbin, you're like, oh, is that a Janome bobbin? I do it all the time. So that's how you know. And it doesn't matter if they're the pink or they're the blue. We have white, obviously clear. We have the red now, which are my favorites.
Yes, fabulous.
They are the best. So when you're trying to thread these, it can be a little tricky. You could use a needle and thread and do it that way. I chose to use the tweezers, and I just grab the edge of the ribbon, pull it through, and do the same on the other side when I'm constructing the final garland. And that way, again, as I said, if you do 2 holes,
Yes.
it allows it to hang nicely. I tried originally, I tend to do things quickly and impulsively. I tried to do it with just 1 hole, and it was cattywampus, and I didn't like how it looked, so came up with that. Again, if you want to add more details, in this case, in this one, I added some little French knots, some little crosses. I use that with my embroidery floss. I can do another one. Do we have time to do another one? What do we have?
Yes, it's 20 after
Okay,
3.
all right, so
sure.
we're going to do another one. Again, with the leaves, actually, does everybody want to see a leaf? Does anybody have an opinion? Let's see if they say anything.
Yes.
I'm going to.
Natsuko is reminding us all the Janome J bobbins have a rubberized compound
That's what it
in
is.
them,
I knew there was
which is
something
what
special.
prevents them from rattling around, and
Yes.
they prevent them from the
And they don't
birds
shatter,
nesting.
and they don't shatter the same. I don't know if you've ever had an older plastic bobbin. They tend to, if they get dry, they can shatter. I haven't had that with my Janome bobbins. Actually, I'll tell you an interesting story. I have a kitten who likes to chew on bobbins, and he loves the Janome bobbins, and so far, I've taken them away from him because they can be very dangerous, but so far he hasn't managed to shatter one of them, which I was really worried about, because that
Yes,
wouldn't be
they
good.
are more durable
Yes,
with that
they are,
rubberized compound
yeah,
in
they
there.
really are. So again, if you're going to do the leaf, same concept as the orange slice. I'll just put that there because I just love how the colors look. So you're going to lift your foot, again, larger stitch length, less pressure, not too much speed. And you're going to start. And sometimes if it doesn't quite, just give it a little, don't panic too much ever about it. Take your time. Start off, I always like removing my tails, because if I don't, and I'm going to put it on the floor, and Michael's going to be mad about it later.
You throw them over your shoulder
Right,
like Eleanor
Eleanor
Burns. Yes.
So you're going to go around. And again, if you want to use different stitches, different sizes, different weights of thread, with the leaf, I go around the outside.
And what stitch length are you using?
I'm using 3 for this one.
Oh.
I use 3 the whole time. I think 2.4 is the standard on most Janome machines, I'm pretty sure. But I make it a little bigger. I like to be able to see it. Again, with a larger stitch length, you get a little more definition. But again, it's up to you, whatever you like. And you can play around. I mean, none of the ones I did were done the same way. Mostly because I can't do the same thing twice, but it just shows all the different things that you can do. So you're going to go around twice and down the stem. And then the way I did the veins was I went down and I went forward and then I went back to the center vein in the same way. And as many or as few as you want. It's just, I don't know, I found it just a really relaxing little project to do, and it ended up looking so cute when it was done. I was thinking also of making more of these.
Oh, Sandra Mugman is here.
Oh, is she? Hi, Sandra.
Oh, hello, Sandra.
I was thinking I might make other fruits. I was thinking you could do lemon slices, you could do apples, we were thinking maybe to do cherries. So there will be a few more projects coming. Again, I always think people should be having fun when they sew and enjoying it. And if what you're making, I mean, I know sewing can be frustrating at times, but most of the time it should be fun. And it should be enjoyable, and whatever you make, hopefully, will make someone smile, which to me is the whole point of why we're doing this. So you're going to stitch, again, you can fill in sections. I won't do that take too much time here.
That was so quick.
but you've got your little leaf with a lovely dimension. And again, you could go in, you could add extra if you wanted. I don't think when I did different, this way I did it a different sort of pattern.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, if you look at leaves, they are pretty amazing. So you can get a lot of different, oh, our little light's gonna go. You can take different patterns. So again, you're just gonna take your little leaf, you're going to come back, you're going to trim it the same way that you trimmed the orange slice. These scissors are so sharp, and I love them.
Yes,
nothing
the
nothing better.
9-piece Janome scissor set.
Yes,
I
there's
love it.
Nothing better than sharp scissors, I tell you. So good. And for the leaves, I did the same thing. I took my little hole punch. I punched little holes, and sometimes the little section will still be in there. You can just pull it out. You can trim it. There you go. So now you have. Did I trim this one? Where's the one I trimmed? Oh, there it is.
It's
so there's
easy
your,
to get lost with projects in the sewing room. Yeah.
So then you're going to add your leaf. When I did the construction of the garland, like I said, there were 12 oranges and 6 leaves. I interspersed them randomly. You could add more leaves, less leaves, whatever you wanted. Another suggestion I had, and I didn't include here, was I had some lovely red wood beads. So if you wanted to add those, like cranberries, if you wanted to make it really festive, you could add the red beads, so you'd have an orange cranberry garland. And honestly, if you had somebody who was like a chef or cooked or liked to cook, you could make this for them. They could hang it in their kitchen. It could be their orange cranberry garland. It could be all year. That would be really cute. That makes me think right away, I could do pears. You could do a pear cranberry garland. You could do anything. And the fun part of it is, like I said, the potential, if you just want to make one, like the gentleman suggested, and just put a name on it and give it to somebody. And anybody could make these. You don't have to make it on a high-end machine. You can make it on a regular machine. Just take your time, and hopefully you will enjoy me. And I'd love to see them. I also forgot to mention that it's Hanukkah, and I want to say Happy Hanukkah to everybody.
Yes.
And I also want to mention we're at Janome HQ, again, in Oakville, Ontario. And we have an Instagram, a Facebook, and a YouTube. And so I would love, if you make these, you could, I think, if you follow me on Instagram, my personal Instagram is IamGingerQ. Our Instagram here is Janome HQ. But if you do a hashtag, I think I call it Festive Orange Garland. I would love to see what ones you make and what colors you use, and maybe you do some different fabrics. In this case, I did use, at one point, polka dots. So please, as we say here at Janome HQ, share the Janome love and show us what you make. We'd love to see it, and we hope to see you again to make more projects. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks so much.
Fabulous.
Bye.